In this video, we're going to talk about whether or not you should go and knock doors if you're just getting started in solar. Welcome back to another solar video on the channel. My name is Ivan and I help people start profitable sales orgs in solar, selling over the phone and being location independent. What I want to talk about in this video is whether or not you should go knock doors, man. A lot of people are like, go knock doors, if you're just getting started in solar. And you have to understand this. I wanted to make this videos because it makes me angry to a point where I'm like, dude, why don't people just not understand the game? And if you do understand the game and you still decide to go out there and, put your time, effort, and energy to go and knock doors because that's what you want to do, by all means, the doors are available. Go ahead and knock them all. But if you're just getting started in solar and you want the shortest cut to financial freedom, and on top of that, you want the most efficient way to make money selling solar, knocking doors might not be, the best solution for you. Especially if you're someone who's introverted, especially if you're someone who quite frankly, doesn't want to go out there and knock doors, okay? I appreciate the fact that, some people are willing to do whatever it takes. And if you want to make anything worthwhile in life, you have to be that kind of individual. I am that kind of individual, but I've never knocked a single door in my life, nor do I plan to do that. And so just because you don't want to go out there and knock doors, selling solar, it doesn't make you a puss, which is a lot of those companies are trying to make you like, hey, don't be a puss. And you are, if you don't go out there and do whatever it takes. In their eyes, the way they see it is their whatever it takes mindset is go ahead and work for me, knock doors, and so on. But the fact of the matter is there's much better ways. You can sell solar over the phone. You can learn to sell solar over the phone in less than a week. And if you're someone who's knocking doors currently, I'm not spewing negativity on you, right? I'm not against door knocking. In fact, I don't care, right? But I'm making this video for you specifically, that if you are somebody who's just getting started in solar and doesn't know what the hell to do and what the best route is. The best route, in my opinion, is taking something that is very scalable, taking something that you can grow it with predictability. Knocking doors, while predictable, while your efforts might be predictable because you know what you're capable of, you know that you're going to go out there and produce today and the following day and the day after that. You don't know what other people are capable of, and there's always going to be so many people fall through the cracks if you're trying to build a ground sales team, right? A door knocking sales team, right? I'm not knocking all the efforts of the guys out there of the industry who are, the very best at doing so, right? I'm not doing that. But at the same time, if you don't want to live that type of lifestyle, if you want to be selling from the comfort of your home, if you want to sell in your underwear, I talk about this a lot. When I used to sell courses online over Zoom in literally my underwear. I used to send pictures to my girlfriend in my underwear, selling solar, making fun of it, But it's possible, man. What I am trying to say is that if you are getting in solar, you don't have to knock doors. You can go and build a virtual sales team, and it's 10 times easier to do that. And so the only thing that stops you from doing that is knowledge and limited belief, thinking it's difficult. It is not. Because if you learn how to position the sale, right? If you learn how to present solar, if you learn how to present the benefits and talk to homeowners in the right way over the phone, you'll be able to sell a lot more solar than if you were to sell door to door. And so this video is more so hey dude, just want to open your eyes and see that there's other opportunities, there's possibilities out there that you might not be aware of. And I wasn't aware of that. I started off doing this about 3.5 years ago, not knowing anything about solar. The whole industry was like the lingo of it, like the kilowatts, the watts, the price per watt, like all of these things, they were like Chinese to me, you know? And so I actually have literally a module on the solar lingo and everything else in the course. You can check it out in the description below, where I teach people how to sell solar over the phone and be location independent. You could hire people to do this for you, man. Once you start growing, right, it doesn't have to be a one-man show like it is with most people that are selling door to door. Unless you have a sales team going for you, most of the time it's a one-man operation. It doesn't have to be that way. That's all I'm saying. And so definitely check it out. You don't have to, but I highly recommend it because it will save you a couple of years, and you can get to making literally millions of dollars in no time. And when I discovered this, when I discovered that you could sell solar over the phone, I was like, no shit. And I dove right in. It wasn't a possibility up until someone opened my mind to that new world. Hey, did you know that you could sell solar over the phone and make, 6, 7, 8, 10 grand a deal? I was like, no, I did not. And I thought you wouldn't be able to do it online, but it's possible. Some people are like so close-minded, they're like, I don't even believe solar can be sold over the phone. I'm like, dude, like there's a bunch of people doing that. It's not even like 2-3 years ago it was a little bit newer, but like now more and more people are starting to sell over the phone. Now the question is, who is selling solar over the phone effectively? Because a lot of people are trying to sell solar over the phone, or they are selling solar over the phone, but they're not effective. Their CPA goes through the roof, and simply because they don't know how to, generate leads or appointments. They don't have a system for that. Or even if they do, when they get people to speak to, they ruin it because they try to pitch them the same way they do when they're in the home. And it's just a totally different process. And just like anything, there's tricks to the trade. So once again, you don't have to sell solar door to door. You can get right on to selling it virtually or over the phone. We don't even sell solar over Zoom. Like that's, to me, in the course, and then I've got videos on YouTube that I talk about the reasons why we don't sell over Zoom, but I would definitely not sell in the home. Like I would never do that, right? I like people. I'm not introverted. I like people, but that's not my vision of whatever it takes. And I am whatever it takes type of guy. So the reason why I wanted to make this video though was simply because I want to tell you, I don't know who you are, watching me through this lens, but I want to tell you this. Do not fall into people's bullshit when they tell you that in order to get to where you want to get to, in order to make 6 figures a month, in order to get rich, whatever, you got to start from the mud. You have to sell solar. You have to do the hard stuff. And while that's true, you don't have to sell solar over the, door to door just to make someone else rich. So here's the scenario, man. It's pretty simple. They tell you to go out there and knock doors. They tell you, all right, we're going to build the brand, whatever, right? And we're going to give you an extremely high red line. Wow. How did I know this? Because everyone's doing this. They give people an extremely high red line that makes no sense whatsoever, right? It makes sense to them, but it wouldn't make sense to the guy selling it. And because you're new, you don't even know. Like I see time and time again, people asking me, what's a good red line for Arizona? What's a good red line for California? They don't even know what a good red line is. And that's why they fall into the trap. And that's why I'm making this video. So anyway, there's a lot of uneducated people in solar, and I don't want you to be one of them. So if this was helpful, please give me a thumbs up. And if you watched all the way to the end, I freaking love you. And I love you even more if you subscribe to the channel. And until next time, I look forward to seeing you again on the next one.